Hey yo, what's the deal? You know who it is. It's me, the Don. Tony Teflon. Yeah! House Teflon. Yeah! We pull the strings. Yeah! And I'm here right now. I told you last time I was doing a video. It was going to be a special one for, I should have done it a long time ago. I think it's what people want to see. You know what I mean? And it's what the people who have read the books want to see, ask me to do. So it is a prophecy video. And I'm going to do every prophecy, every dream, every one of them. You know what I mean? But it's going to take me a second to get all that, to really think of it through everything. But since a couple of people who have just subscribed to me, and thank you for doing so, have asked me for a couple, I'm going to do the ones real quick that they asked me for. Now, one cat, I don't know your name, I forgot it, my bad, son, or whatever. But one person asked me to do Maggie the Frog. So we're going to do Maggie the Frog real quick and let you know. So Maggie the Frog goes like this, like, Cersei, when will I wed the prince? Now, when she says that, she's talking about Rhaegar Targaryen. Maggie, never. You will wed the king. Now, she's talking about the king being Robert Baratheon. Cersei, I will be queen though. Maggie, I, queen you shall be, until there comes another, younger and more beautiful, to cast you down and take all that you hold dear. Now, alright, so she's going to be queen, she becomes queen, so that's a done deal. And someone's going to come, a younger person. Now, the fact that Cersei thinks that it's Marjorie makes me believe that it's not Marjorie. You know what I mean? Because Cersei's stupid. She's never right. So the fact that and that's who she thinks it is. So the next person you have to put up there is this person that could be queen, right? Is Dany. Now it says in the thing, until another comes, younger and more beautiful, to cast you down and take all that you hold dear. So the person has to be younger than her. And it has to be considered to be more beautiful. Now, you know Cersei was considered to be the most beautiful woman in Westeros. So, Dany will come to mind. But that would be wrong. Because Dany can't take down everything that she held dear. Because Joffrey's death has nothing to do with Dany. So there's no way she can take all that she holds dear. Because all Cersei holds dear is her children. So Joffrey's death has no direct link to Dany, so it can't be Dany. So it can't be Marjorie, because I believe since Cersei thinks it's her, it can't be her. And it can't be Dany because she can't do anything to harm her children, or be considered to have. So the only other person I could think, and the person I believe, the Don, thinks it is Sansa. Now you may say Sansa isn't a queen, but she will be considered Queen of the North. I guarantee it. Sansa has already indirectly had an effect on Joffrey's death. So it only can be her. That's the only one I could think of. So my answer to that is Sansa Stark is the one who will cast it down and take everything that she holds dear. Alright, so then Cersei says, will the king and I have children? Maggie, oh, 6 and 10 for him, and 3 for you. Now, we know that's talking about Robert's bastards and her legitimate kids. Alright? Alright. So, gold shall be their crowns, and gold shall be their crowns, and gold shall be their shrouds. She said, and when your tears have drowned you, the Valanquil shall wrap his hands around your pale white throat, and choke the life from you. Alright, so let's break that down real quick. Gold shall be their crowns, and gold shall be their shrouds. So that means that all of her kids will be king and queen, and they all will die with the veil, the gold veil of the king on their face. They will all die before her. And that's what it's saying. All of her kids die before she dies. Alright? They'll all be crowned. And they all will die. While after being crowned, they will die. So they have to get crowned first, and then their death will come. We've seen that with Joffrey. Time is to come, hasn't happened, and then Marcel will be next. And when your tears have drowned you, the Valancourt shall wrap his hands around your pale white throat and choke your life from you. Now, once again, I'm going to go with the fact that since Cersei thinks that this is Tyrion, it's not going to be Tyrion. Alright? No way possible is it Tyrion. So Tyrion's out. So now who's the next? We know Valancourt means little brother. Alright? So it says people like to think Jaime Lannister. And Jaime Lannister is a great person to think it would be. But you'd be wrong if you thought it was that. And the reason being is that it says the Valancourt, right, shall wrap his hands. So it says the little brother, not your little brother, the little brother, alright, shall wrap his hands, hence having two hands to wrap around the neck. Jaime has one hand, so he cannot do it. So it's not Jaime Lannister. To the Don, no way. So who could it be? Who's next? I know people like to say the Clegane brothers and the Kettle Blacks and everything else. No, it's not them either. Right before this vision, Vision was talking about Robert, right? So who was Robert's little brother? The man, Stannis Baratheon. And that is who the Valancourt is. It's Stannis. And when Stannis sees her, he will wrap his hands around her throat and choke her. Just like Stannis did to Melisandre when she tried to get out of line. And he said, choked her in the show and said, what's going on? Where's your God now? That was his maneuver to do with a chip. That's what he did. And you've seen it go down like that. Stannis also, if you remember, when Theon's sister, Yara, or Asha, whatever you want to go by, says, oh, make me a man, just like your brother used to do. He used to make all your friends, make enemies his friends. And Stannis looked at her like, what the fuck you bringing this dude's name up for? You crazy? Like that, and looked like he was gonna kill him. And Justin Massey is like, yo, you don't do that. And then she says, I remember, you don't do that to little brothers. I remember Theon as a little brother and stuff like that. The fact that she was stressing the fact that he was a little brother right then and there is definitely telling you he's a little brother. And they're trying to tell you something. So that is my take. The other prophecy, I guess, everyone knows that, the rest of them. Those are, I'm sure, the two ones that you wanted to hear what my take was on it. So the Valancourt is Stannis, the man, Baratheon, and he will choke the shit out of Cersei and seize the Iron Throne and take that to the bank. And the other one is Sansa Stark. Now, I'll do the other one that someone asked me to do. This will be a pretty short, but long enough for you to enjoy yourself, I hope. So, the other one was Daenerys' House of the Undying. They asked me for this one. 3 fires must you light. 1 for life, 1 for death, 1 to love. 3 mounts must you ride. 1 to bed, 1 to dread, 1 to love. 3 treasons you will know. 1's for blood, 1's for gold, 1's for love. Alright. Now I know a lot of people, when you hear these things and you hear 3 mounts must you ride, 1 to bed, 1 to dread, 1 to love. A lot of people think that mount that you're riding, that 1 to dread is the dragon, because the dragons are mounts, and it's Victorian. The Drogo the Black and the Dread and everything else like that. And that sounds really good. And and a lot of people think that one of the treasons that she knows, 1's for gold, was for Jorah Mormont to get his pardon and everything else. Or Jorah Mormont was the one who did it for treason for love. And that would be good. And those are good thoughts and guesses. But if you guess like that, you'd be wrong. And I'm going to tell you exactly why you would be wrong right now. Because if you go back before that and you look at the visions, she gets visions first of 3 dudes who are going to come and snag her up, right? 3 important guys in her life. And all 3 of these visions are visions of these 3 guys in her life and that are going to be in her life. So, I'll explain to you. The first vision was her silver was trotting through grass, a dark stream beneath a darkling stream beneath a sea of stars. Now that is her on Khal Drogo on her wedding night. Right there. That's the first guy. Now she's going to have 3 dudes that come after her. That's Khal Drogo on her wedding night. Alright? Remember that with the stars. The next vision she got was a corpse stood on a prow of a ship. Eyes bright, his dead face, gray lips smiling sadly. Now, that vision right there is of Victorian Greyjoy. And that's who I believe. And that's going to be the second dude in her life that comes into her life. Alright? I know people don't want to hear it and they don't like it. But I think that's... I mean, it could be a couple other people. I mean, you can may think it's... who else could that be? Maybe Theon. But I just don't think Theon, has a dick anymore. So I don't think that's the reason why I have to get him out of there. People could think maybe that it could be John Connington. But I don't see John Connington being alive long enough to fulfill the prophecy. So that's why only other person that I could see it being is Victorian Greyjoy. He died when he was with Makoro. And that's why he has a dead face, a gray lips smiling sadly. To me, it's kind of a Greyjoyish type thing. I've heard that from History of Westeros back in the day, and I subscribe to that series that the gray lips smiling sadly means Greyjoy. I can get into that. All right. So I believe he is the second suitor. Now, the third one for the third suitor. A blue flower grew from the chink of a wall of ice and filled the air with sweetness. That is obviously Jon Snow, the blue flower, being his mother, Lyanna's symbol, grew from the chink of a wall in the ice. That's him in the wall. That's going to be her third suitor. So now that you have all 3 suitors, you can really look at that prophecy and you can read it and see what it means. 3 fires must you light. 1 for life, 1 for death, 1 for love. 3 mounts must you ride. 1 to bed, 1 to dread, 1 to love. 3 treasons you will know. 1's for blood, 1's for gold, and 1's for love. Now, the first fire that was lit was already done. So the first guy in her life was Drogo. And since he was in her life already, all 3 of those things have happened already. So the first fire lit was for Drogo's funeral pyre, right? That's how she birthed the dragons and stuff like that. That's how she got her dragon. So 3 fires must you light. 1 for life, 1 for life, 1 for death, 1 to love. So the first fire, 3 fires must you light, 1 for life. The 1 for life was the funeral pyre that she lit to get her dragons. That was it. The second prophecy, 3 mounts must you ride. 1 to bed, 1 to dread, 1 to love. The first mount she rode was Drogo. Now, when she first slept with him, she wasn't in love with him. She was basically doing it because she had to do it because she was his wife and she had to perform her wifely duties. More of an honor type thing. So it says, 3 mounts must you ride, 1 to bed. Just to bed, just to do it. Drogo. So now you have the first fire lit for life, the second mount to ride to bed, the mount to ride just to bed, and the 3 treasons you will know. 1 for blood, 1 for gold, 1 for love. And that last one right there, it's not Jorah Mormont. The first treason is for blood. So it's not for Jorah Mormont. The first treason was by Mira Master, who committed treason against her, killed her blood, killed her son. And when that happened, that made the treason go down, because she said that she would kill Khal Drogo and birth her son. But what she did was put Khal Drogo in a coma, basically, and make her baby become stillborn, because she said that her baby would be the stallion that mounted the world and would kill everything. So she did that. So how she paid her back was she put her on the pirate and burned her. But that was the first treason. All three things directly dealing with Khal Drogo. So those are the first three things dealing with the first guy. The second ones, which hasn't happened yet, will be for Victorian Greyjoy. Victorian Greyjoy will be the fire that she lights for death. He will be the mount that she rides to dread. And she will be the treason that she knows for gold. And that's how he's going to affect her life. The third will be the third suitor. And she will be the fire, and that will be Jon Snow. And that will be the fire that you light for love. That will be the mount that you ride for love. And the treason that you know for love will all be Jon Snow. And all of it all has to do with something about love between Jon and Daenerys. And that's the way I see it. So I'm going to do a full video just like that you just seen, of every single prophecy and dream and a song of ice and fire. And that's my word, because I'm the Don, baby. So if you like that, subscribe. Tell your peoples about me. I'm trying to get my viewership up, because maybe if I get some more viewers, people may want to do a video with me. So, viewers, let's get that up. Subscriptions, let's get that up. And let's get this popping. You know what I mean? And if not, we do what we do right here. And we're almost 300 strong. So let's try to get to 300 and push on by. And hope you like it and everything else. So I'm going to go so I can upload this, you know what I mean? And y'all can enjoy it, because I enjoy doing this for you. And as always, you know who this is. It's the Don. House Teflon. Cheer! House Teflon. Cheer! And thank you for Charlie of Westeros. And if you don't go, Charlie in Westeros, and if you don't go to his channel, you should go to his channel, for shouting me out on that video you did with LaDonna James and Eli Knight. Great video. I probably watched that video 3 or 4 times myself, and that's like 8 hours out of the day. So, but, you know what I mean? I had the day off so I could get down like that. So, you know what I mean? Big fan of yours, and thank you. It's a blessing to hear my voice mentioned on someone else's video. Really brightens my day and stuff. So, big shout out to you for doing that, you know what I mean? And as always, it's the Don. Cheer! Tony Teflon. House Teflon. We pull the strings. Cheer! Peace.